Wow, here we are, working on our 10th video, a little bit of a milestone. Uh, Welcome back to Bobby Fitzgerald Golf. I'm glad to see you here again. And today we're going to work on shaping our shots a little. And we can do that from here. The only thing we won't be able to do is see that ball move right to left or left to right. But that's okay too, because as long as you learn how to do it, it's going to work and you're going to be able to do it. And I know you can do this with just a little bit of practice. You know, um, every pro, most people have their favorite way of shaping the ball. You see people like Jack Nicklaus who brings the ball up high and lands it soft on the green. Uh, Tiger Woods does that most of the time as well. Um, and then you have people who like to move the ball right to left. They like to draw the ball more. It's more comfortable for them to come from the inside. Uh, and so everybody has their natural good feeling about which way they like to shape the ball. It's good to know how to do both. You might have a situation where you usually fade the ball a little bit to the right. You move the ball a little to the right naturally. But now you're playing into the wind, and there's a lot of trouble on the right-hand side. So you want to play away from that right-hand side. So then you learn how to draw the ball, which this first shot we're going to have is a draw, and from right to left. So let's go right into this, and we'll learn how to do this a little bit better. And if you already know how to do it, a little refresher. Thanks for stopping by. It's nice to have you here. So what we're going to do is we're putting our first club over here, aimed right between the right-hand fringe and between the pin. So sort of halfway. So if I happen to hit it a little to the right, it's still going to be on the green. If I happen to hit it to the left like I'm trying to, but it goes a little farther, then it might get to the pin or past the pin to the left. Because once it lands on the green, because you're you're drawing this ball, once it lands on that green, because of the spin on it, it's going to tend to go more. So even if you land right on your desired spot, that's halfway to the pin. It's going to go towards that pin. If it doesn't happen to, green's damp, whatever it is, you're still on the green putting for, your birdie, your eagle, whatever it happens to be. Um, so this is going to go where we want the ball to land. And so because of that, and that's going to be to the left, because we're drawing it to the left, my foot path, my swing path is going to be to the right. Because I'm going to come in this way, causing the ball to spin this way, because the face of this head is going to be towards where we're going. That's going to be in that same position. Even though I'm hitting this way, I'm closing the club face down to put that spin on it. So you won't be able to see this ball spin, of course, because it's hitting the net. So I'm going to aim this towards there, take my stance this way, so you'll see now it's closed in relationship to my foot line. So we want that in a closed position. We're aiming to the right. The club face is going to bring it back to the left. So I'm swinging along here. The club face is going to be a little closed, bringing it to the left. So let's give this a shot. You don't have to try to do anything fancy. The club head will do the work. You don't have to hit extra hard. Nothing. Just to make a nice, smooth rhythm swing. Rhythmical. There you go. Hey, this is a good day. Okay. So along our intended line, our foot line, face closed, and here we go. Everything else is the same. You want your weight forward. You're going to contact that ball in the face of this club to make sure it gets up in the air. Keep your plane exactly the same. Everything else is the same. And there you have it. And you can't see that, but because the face was closed, and we're starting this way, hitting here, that ball's going to move a little left. It doesn't really have much of a choice. It's all geometry. There you go. One more time. Our foot line is here. We want the club face to follow this. We want the club to follow this, but the club face is going to be closed, following where we want the ball to go. This could actually be a little more like this. It doesn't have to be quite that much, but same idea. I mean, it depends on how far you want to go to the left, because you can go around a tree. Okay, so that's basically it. And you just do more. If you want more turn that face even more, depending on what you have to go around or what you feel like you need to do. And so then that's going to be your draw. Simple as that. It's not hard. Um, the idea isn't hard. It's the practice to get it correct. Make sure when you don't have this stuff here that you can just see that you're a little to the right of where you want to go. Get that face right where your target is, where you want it to land safely on the green. You know, um, that's why we put it halfway between the pin and the fringe, because it gives you a lot of wiggle room, and you can. All of those shots will be good as long as the distance is correct. All that has to be correct as well, but you'll know your club distances better than I will. So if we want to do a slice, it's exactly different. Now we're going to aim this a little this way, and we're going to aim this way. If we're trying to, I don't mean slice, I mean a fade. So now we're going to have our shot shape. We're going to have that club coming to the left. And because we're trying to move the ball to the right, where say the hands are to the left or whatever, we want that ball to move away from it. Now what we're going to do is take our stance here, and we're going to open up the face. Where the draw we had it closed. Now we're going to open up that face to follow this line where we want that ball to land. And you may be going just a little bit around the tree or whatever, that you have to start that way. But you also could just do this because you'll know the shape of the shot and you've done it a million times and you can depend on it. So our face is going to be following that where we want the ball to end up. Our swing path is going to be to the left of that. So that's going to, this face open is going to send that ball to the right. Everything else, exactly the same. Your same swing, you follow the same plane, let the shoulder come down under the chin, don't let your weight come back and sway away, so you don't want to top it. You don't want to hit this leading edge in the middle of this ball or the top of the ball. We want to make sure our hands are ahead so that the face of this club is what hits that ball, and the loft of this club is what gets it up in the air. A lot of people have a hard time with any type of wood, even if it's a hybrid, a lot of times, but hybrids make it much easier to get that ball up in the air. If it's a 3-wood, you still need to hit that ball on the face of the club, so you don't try to lift it in the air, you try to hit down and let the loft of the club pick that ball up. It's not as complicated as it sounds. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna follow this line with our swing. Face is going to be open again, and you just do a normal swing. Here we go. And remember, you're out practicing something new, so if it doesn't work perfect in the first 10 shots, don't worry about it. Just keep grooving at and get comfortable with it. Sometimes when we try something new, we tend to swing a little bit too fast, too hard. You don't have to do that at all. Just make clean contact. The club face, because of where it's pointing, will move to the right. Putting the ball about an inch and a half in back of my forward foot, my forward heel. My hands are a little ahead because I do want the face to hit the ball first. Like so. If you want it to move more, open that face more. You know. Again, it's just the opposite when you're trying to do a draw. A draw, you're going to come over here, you're going to be aiming your feet, starting that shot off to the right, and moving that ball to the left. Exactly. So it's pretty simple. You just have to go out and practice it, learn it, do it. As I say, I think it's good always to keep everything as simple as possible. So you want to keep your same grip, basically. Some people, when they're moving the ball left to right, will make this a weaker grip. Some people, when they want to move it the other way, they make it a stronger grip, so that club naturally turns. But the problem is, if it turns more because you're strong grip, then you're really going maybe low left. The club face will do the work. If it's aimed just slightly left, then you take your regular grip. You know, it's going to move that way just naturally. And so hopefully today, it wasn't too difficult because you're only doing two things, and it's just a matter of the degree, how far you want to go left or how far you want to go right, how much you open that club face. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoy my videos and come back and see Bobby. You know, we try to have a lot of fun. I couldn't be here without you guys subscribing and wanting to see this older guy teach a little golf. And we'll be out at the golf course before too long. And so come back and see me again. And always remember, have fun and never give up, because this is a fun game.